Hello, sim racers! It's release date. Today we just released version 1.3.10. I know that you guys, everybody was expecting 1.4. Instead, we got 1.3.10. But don't worry, just a number. And actually, it has pretty much almost everything we wanted for 1.4. But we are not stopping here. 1.4 is coming, and we'll have even more stuff. So first of all, let me know in the chat if everything works properly. If this time we got the sound and the volumes and everything working properly. So let's see if everything works on the chat. All right. Okay. So what can I say? Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for joining the channel. I see 335 concurrent viewers. What is happening today? I mean, oh my God, you guys should be driving the release, not listening to an old developer speaking about stupid things. So, great. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I mean, the channel is growing in an amazing rhythm. I still don't know how it's going on. All right, so let's go. Let's go. What I want to talk about today? Oh my God, the chat is exploding. All right, so sorry about that, Chris Bay, that you're working, but I'm sure that afterwards the work you're gonna have some great fun. Oh my God, the chat is exploding. I can't stay behind you guys. Yes, we're gonna talk about everything tonight. We're gonna talk about everything. Oh, nice. Okay, so thanks, Cam2, for subscribing. And all right, so let's start doing stuff. Okay, so as I said, we just released the 1.3.10. It has a ton of things. We haven't even put all of the things inside the changelog. Thanks, Zabzi, for following. Kalispera, Christofore. Thanks, everybody. The thing is, we didn't actually, the actual changelog would have been much longer because we should have explained so many things. But most of this stuff is either hidden for the forthcoming GT4 DLC, or it is stuff that we're still working about, and it will be terminated, finalized by 1.4. So let me show you some of this stuff tonight, and yeah, so let's get into it. So let's get. I would like to start with this wonderful Audi. Such a nice black and gray car. Very nice. Welcome, Tobias Zader. And let's go at Nürburgring. Typical conditions, practice. And thank you, everybody on the chat. This is amazing. 440 concurrent views. Oh my God, it's keep climbing. This is unbelievable tonight. What on earth is going on? All right. So, okay. So let's go in and start talking about the suspension and bump stops. So, what we did. Let me lower a little bit the sound here. Okay. So what we did with the suspension? Well, practically we rewrote the suspension equations and code from scratch, or almost from scratch, especially the stuff that automatically calculates the window of the bump stops in comparison to the suspension. So as you know, the suspension moves up and down, and at some point it hits the bump stop either up or down in compression or in rebound. Now, we found out, mainly by working on the GT4s, we found out that something was fishy and something wasn't calculated always correctly. And that could provoke the suspension to be locked into the down bump stop at occasion, or the telemetry showing that is not touching yet the bump stop, but in reality was touching the bump stop. It wasn't happening always. It would happen sometimes. It would happen on some cars. It would happen when you would modify the setup, but we didn't know exactly when it was happening. We had no idea actually ourselves. So everything was, looking correct, but sometimes it wasn't working correct. So most of these 500, what is going on, guys? I mean, amazing. Thank you so much. So I don't know. I don't know what is going on. Zardier has learned to drive. Tell him to learn to drive and don't do that. Okay, we will talk about everything and also all the actions that you probably might want to know to take on your old setups. Thanks, Mikhail Dekanek, for joining. All right. So, what was happening is, yes, guys, I understood that they're just crying, but that's enough. I mean, don't spam my channel because otherwise I'm gonna ban Zardier from that. So, uh, are the cars now better than the real cars? Yes, of course. All right, so. Guys, take it easy because you are spamming the channel and it's not really nice. So, all right. So what was happening? As I said, some of those things were actually hidden by the fact that GT3 cars have a lot of downforce, and so it wasn't showing properly. While working on the GT4 cars that they have much less downforce, some of those things were actually coming into the surface and they were making us scratch our heads and what was happening. We weren't really happy with what was happening. So search here, search there, doing various verifications. We found out that something was not good. So we started rewriting with Fernando the whole thing. Oh, thank you so much, Rosso Sim Racing. Thank you so much for your support in the tenor. So we were trying to understand what was happening, and we found out that actually the bump stop movement together with the suspension when we were changing the setup was not always accurate. So we said, you know what, we have to find out what's going on. And probably, I say probably because we're not 100% sure, but we are pretty confident. That was also the case for some of your setups that would break the suspension when you were moving the sliders way too fast. So what is happening now is that if you go into the mechanical grip, you will notice that the bump stops are much more precise, and they remain in a much better. They are controlled in a much better way. So yeah, so this is mainly what we did. Now, this is all theory. Okay, so what is in practice the actual situation? What happened? Well, what happened is that now the suspension moves better. And not only it moves better, but to also help it move even better, we now simulate helper springs. So what is helper springs? Oh my God, so many subscribers. We have Rain, thank you for subscribing. D3M, say thank you for subscribing. Another guy that I haven't seen, let me check who was that. The Vicky Monster, thank you for subscribing. So all that stuff. So, as I said, hello Phil, thank you for subscribing. So as I said, we now simulating two springs. We have the main spring that you can see here in the wheel rate, okay? And now we have also those small little springs that they are called helper springs, and they help actually the suspension to rebound down, even if it is completely without any weight. So they help the suspension go down to the actual end of the bump stop in extension. So all of this together. Oh, thank you, Scuderia Bazen. Thank you so much for the 5. Guys, oh my God, what's going on? I don't know how Zardier is keeping a track with all the guys in his channel, but for me, 660 concurrent rules, you're blowing my mind. So thank you so much, guys. So as I said, all that stuff makes the suspension work much better. The movement of the suspension now is different. It is better. Okay. It is smoother, and it absorbs better the loads, the um, various suspension movements, the curbs. You will feel quite a difference in the curbs. Thank you so much, John, for the 5. um, it's crazy tonight. Thanks, John Griffin, and thanks, Solidius, for coming, for following. So, Hans, yes, the BMW is also better on that. I mean, every truck, every car has gained a much better control. Dave Cobb, welcome to the channel, man. This is an amazing channel that this guy has. Thanks for the 5. So, Nick, don't worry about Zordier. He will be as fast as before in just 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Let him complain, then he will be extremely fast again. Thanks, Lucio, for following. Okay, so too much talking. Let's first show you how the car reacts on the curbs differently than what it was before, and how the cars are more stable and what you can do. I mean, we are arriving. We are almost at 700 viewers. What is happening today? Thanks, Sebastian. All right, guys, take it easy. Oh my God. So, all right. So let's go for a ride. Okay.
Give it all you can.
Absolutely. Soul Survivors asks, does the new suspension model affect telemetry in the Motec? Absolutely. You will see the suspension moving better, and you will have also better control of the dampers because of that. So you can work better with the dampers. Sebastian, thank you so much. All right, so let's go. You see how I can now go over the... First of all, I have more control over the car. You can see that I can walk the car and the car reacts better. So you are on the limit, but you have a little bit more window to work with the car on top of the limit. All right? So you see how the car follows very well the asphalt here and my inputs. And it still has it still has I still have cold tires right now. So look at that. Over the curb, no big deal. It absorbs the curbs much better than before. So look here. Let's go up here. No issues. You see? I mean, you can feel it, and you can also feel many things moving on the suspension. There is a little bit more resolution, let's say, on the first feedback, but the car handles the curbs much better. It absorbs the suspension, works with the curb, and it keeps you on the road. It's much more stable than before. Look at that. Boom. Boom, over here. You see how it absorbed everything. Wow, what is coming? Thanks, Mickey Pepsi. Wow, what is that? I don't know what kind of... Jesus, unbelievable. Black BMW Vulcanwurst. I'll ask the skin guys. So as you can see, still the tires are not so hot, but you can see how the car reacts very nicely over the curbs. I cannot drive and read the chat, guys. You are so many, and the chat is exploding right now. We are over 700 concurrent viewers. I don't know what to say. Another one, Ivan. What you guys are doing? Are you crazy? I mean, come on. Well, thank you, guys. Rework the sound of the AMG. You have to say that to Luca Sodano, who is our sound engineer, but I think it's really great, to be honest. I mean, the sounds of Assetto Corsa, I mean, come on, guys. It's industry leader right now in the sounds. Look at this. Look at that now. Get the curb there. get over curb here. Even at the entry of this turn, that you always have a little bit of, instability, you can still, work with the car, whoop, like that, and still maintain control. It's obviously, you have to be very fast, you have to work hard, but you can do it. We keep climbing. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now, Vision Slayer says, so I'm trying to do, oh my god, I'm trying to do Nürburgring chicane here and reading on the chat. This is really difficult. So, said the aggressive setups have changed. We have went through all the setups, as many as we can. We still have some of them we need to redo, but we have worked on as many setups as possible, and we will keep on working for the for the 1.4 to update as many cars, if not actually all of the cars. We have to update all of the cars for the new suspension and everything. Now, in a minute, I will also tell you what to do with your old setups, okay, so that they work as good as possible. Jean, Gabriel, thank you so much, mate. So you can see how the Audi, which was one of the most critical cars over the curbs, is now absorbing extremely well the curbs. Obviously, you have to work with the car. It's not like, oh, I'm over the curbs and nothing happens. But it's not a death trap, as we say, anymore. So this is one of the things that we have worked on, and I think everybody will try it. Of course, some people will instantly be very happy about it. Some people will need some extra time, to understand the changes. But in the end, we're pretty confident that everybody will be very, very satisfied about this. Look at that. Boom. Boom. Down again. Nice, right? I mean, let's see that in a replay. I mean, it's really worth it, I believe. Let's go here. And let's watch the car from the outside. Any more Evos planned? Well, not for now. We are absolutely focused on the GT4s right now. Suspension, yes. Actually, you probably... So, Soul Survivor asks... actually, did you saw that, guy? Sorry. I mean, look how the car reacts here. Let's do this. Let's go into the car and move outside like this, and let's see how the car reacts. I think you're really gonna like this. Oops. Like this. Okay. All right, let's go. Look at the suspension. Boom. 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 This is really, really cool. Well, actually, Semba asked, with this part, should we expect slower or faster lap times? This is an interesting question. From our testing, we believe that aliens will be more or less doing the same lap times. We haven't really seen any improvement in lap times from the aliens. They are pretty much at the same conditions. They will probably improve as always, but we haven't seen, any substantial improvement, if even, even worse. But we saw many normal drivers getting faster. So we think that the gap has a little bit closed between very, very fast alien lap times and normal people lap times, because normal people now can get closer to the limit, can drive more efficiently. So let's hope that is the case. I will be watching very, very closely on what you guys are saying and what lap times you are, doing about. But we'll see. We'll see. Thank you, Whistle Whatever. Thank you so much for thanking us. Marcos, you just have to press F7 key and then move with the mouse and the arrow keys on the keypad. Hopefully, yes, Snap Zero. Hopefully, racing will be even more competitive, even more closer one to each other. All right, so as I said, suspension, new bump stop code, new helpers, springs. Those are fixed. You cannot change them, but they do make a difference, especially when the suspension goes in extension. You will notice a much better handling of the car into the curbs, into the Soul Survivor asked, suspension is more realistic now. I think yes. I mean, we have fixed a bug that we had of the placement of the bump stop, that it was very tiny, but we couldn't understand where it was, and sometimes it was affecting the situation. And on top of that, we are now simulating the second set of springs that are in linear. They are called helper springs, and this also improves the suspension simulation. Uh, uh, okay, so Johan Grobler says, we just had a huge charity race. Well done, guys. And everybody was saying tire wear was bad after the update. Will we talk about that as well, please? Yes, we will talk in a minute. This is another very, very interesting thing. So, how to fix old setups? Very nice. Mikhail Dekanek says, how to fix old setup. So, here's the situation. Now, if you have an old setup, all right, uh, what I advise you to do, I don't have any here. What I advise you to do is you load your setup, okay, you go into the arrow, you do one click up and one click down. You will see here the base right here, the front elevation playing a little bit. You let it, stay calm. You will also see in the mechanical grip, maybe you have the suspension, moving like that a little bit. At some point, it will fix itself. This should be enough. You can go on the track and see how the setup works. It should be all the right heads should be resetted, and it should be on the proper right head that you expect from it to work. Now, in case this is not enough, because it might be that that doesn't fix it, and your setup was saved with an old version in a bad way and has become very unstable. This could be the situation. You could have an indication if you load your old setup and see that the suspension, so the yellow line on one side. Oh my God! Thank you so much, Sky194. Tender. Thank you so much for this. Um, and you see on one side the yellow line to be closer to the red line than on the other side, with every other thing being the same. So all the values are the same, left and right, but you see the telemetry not being equal. If that's the case, then something on that setup has gone wrong when you were saving it, with the old setup. I advise you to play a little bit with the wheel rate and the aerial ride heights, okay, and see if that fixes it. If it doesn't fix it, then you could go and open the setup. It's a JSON file. You can open it with how to say, with a notepad editor, with a text editor. Find the line that says road length and see if you have asymmetric values between the 0 and the 1 road length and the 2 and 3 road length. 0, 1 are the two fronts, 2 and 3 are the two rears. Maybe copy from 0 the 0 values to the 1 values, and then load it again. It should be right. If you need help, write on the forums. I will be there to help you. Thank you so much, Charles Jose, for subscribing. Beto, what's that? Beto de la Stella and Marcos Asensao for subscribing. Thank you so much, guys. VFX Pro says that the up and down motion of the suspension on the road bus is never felt. Well, depends obviously on your steering wheel. I can assure you that on higher end steering wheels you feel it more, but I think you're gonna feel extra stuff. Do you plan to optimize the game performance in the future? This is a continuous, research. If we can do it, obviously. I mean, the developers already they are always trying to see if they can improve the performance. Right. So You will see Enzeler, Belgium. You will see at the update 1.4, mate. I can't tell you now. Mickey Pepsi says, I noticed the other day that the Suzuka Motec file for V12 Vantas is bugged, track map wrong. No, it's not. There is an option into the track map when you generate it that you have to say that the track is, crossing. It's a cross track, something like that. I don't remember what it is. Maybe we can find it afterwards. So keep here, and we'll see if we can showcase how it works. Okay, so all right. Take it easy, guys. Too many of you. I cannot reply to everybody. So, what else did we did into this release? Well, let's go back and get another car, right? So, courtesy of the Bentley people, amazing guys that I finally had some extra talk with them, we get some extra new data on the Bentley. Now, the Bentley feels even better. So we have put some extra physics. We are not yet done, so probably we will finish by the 1.4 version. Cheers, guys. Sorry about that. But we have better physics on the Bentley, and we believe that it is already very, very improved. Thank you so much, Frederick. Gobbly head for your stream. Right, thanks so much, mate. So now the Bentley is better than ever. So we knew that this car was already very nice on long bends and very stable and extremely nice over the curbs. Well, now it has a better turn-in and better traction. So this car is getting better. It is not incredibly faster than before. Maybe it gained a tenth or two, but the feeling is much better. And again, the driver can, work with it in a much better way. So again, courtesy, you see, you always have some problems with the traction, but it is better than before. So it's not so much oversteering when you go over the accelerator as hard as before. This will bring the car closer to the other cars. Obviously, we had a look at the BOP to make sure that the car wasn't, much faster on some tracks than everybody else. It shouldn't be the case. We control that, but it is even more enjoyable to drive than before if this is even possible. All right. So what's happening? All right. So yeah. Let me do a lap and let's talk about the seating, and please stay calm on the chat, guys, because there are some important and nice stuff that we can talk about the chat, and please don't call names to people. All right. So look at how this car goes over the curbs. This is amazing. Look at this. Look at it. Incredible. I mean, look at this. Really, really cool. Hokies GT4, I think, on June. No, we have no plans for TCR cars for now. Look at this car, it's so beautiful to drive. Handles the curbs like they are not there at all. Look at this, boom, boom. Doesn't even, bounce. It's amazing. Incredible, so much stability. And now even traction. Look at this. Oh, amazing car. Really, really great car. And with the new liveries, they are really, really cool. Let's go over the curb at the Sican at Schumacher SS or chicane or whatever. Look at this, boom. Ha! Fantastic. Bad Moon, I will reply to you in a minute. Look how I can pull the nose in if I want to. I mean, I had that tiny bit of understeer, but I, tried to pull the car in, and it responded wonderfully. Wonderfully. Boom. Amazing. Caterpillar. It's just, slammed onto the curbs. No issues at all. All right. Outside replays of this instantly. So let's go to the replay. And while we see and watch the replay, let's have a look. Actually, I want to show you how the suspension goes a tiny bit down and then up as soon as the car will get off the standings. Boom, you see, boom, very nice. Okay, so cheating. You all know the news about cheating, and you saw the guy appearing here on the chat. Please behave, please be polite. Why I'm saying this? Because I was upset, extremely upset about it, of course, and I was angry at the guy, and I choose to, instead of insulting him or simply banning him, I choose to discuss with him. And I saw him our perspective, and he showed me his perspective. Do I think that he went too far? Yes. Was I upset with him? Yes. But we discussed, and surprisingly enough, the guy is extremely reasonable. We had a great discussion, and I've learned things. I think he learned also some things from me, and he is actually collaborating and teaching us things, to make the game perfect. Now, what's my personal idea about cheating? My personal idea about cheating is that it's not really possible to control cheating. I mean, we have even, giants in the game industry that they are spending thousands and thousands of dollars, and giants like, I don't know, Fortnite or Watch Dogs or FIFA or whatever, and you still get some kind of cheating happening now and then, right? So, to make it easier for you to understand, my personal idea is that if a developer were so good to completely avoid cheating, probably it wouldn't be working for us doing, simulator games like that, but he would probably work for Apple or for Google or for Microsoft or even for CIA, I don't know. But certainly not for Simulazioni. So what our mentality about cheating is, let's make it extremely hard on 99% of the users. Let's make the users feel safe. And let's be capable of recognizing a cheater when we see one from the data that we get and be able to do something about it. This is what we do. Because if we're going all out making war to the cheaters, well, first of all, it's probably a no-win scenario. And secondly, we're going to make the life very hard also for the modders, for the third-party people, and in the end for the end users. So we have this kind of approach. Now, this kind of approach also put us in a situation where actually we started discussing with the guy, and the guy was perfectly reasonable. So again, I think this is also something that our society needs more talk about. You can talk with someone and find a common road and think about stuff that you're doing wrong, show him stuff that he's doing wrong, and find a solution. So Exozone says maybe a report button. This is one of the things that we're working, so that the community will have the opportunity to do something about it, and we will going to be helped by the community to act properly about it and energetically and as soon as possible about something like that. So again, I mean, sometimes it might happen. Sometimes it might happen blatantly. Do we have plenty of cheaters? No, not really. Do we might have plenty of cheaters in the future? Might be, but we want to be in a condition and the situation to be able to control it and be able to, act about it. Do we work on it? Absolutely yes. It's not something that you can do, you know, you do something to avoid it. At some point, you cannot avoid it anymore because someone is, smarter than you and finds a way. And so what you have to do is learn about it, work on it. It takes some time, 1 week, 2 weeks, whatever, and then get better and have, again, possibility to avoid it. And, the cycle repeats. But if you keep on, working on it, then everybody is happy, I believe, and things are getting better. So it's a win-win situation. So what I would advise the community is, relax, guys. The developers are always on your side. We're always working on the title. And if we see something that is completely blunted and very bad, we will act as soon as possible. I remind you that it was Easter time here in Europe. Many developers have their own difficult situation with the whole lockdown, so let's not forget about that. It's not easy to act instantly. Sometimes you have to act by discussing. Sometimes you have to act by, being very proactive and banning or whatever. But we're on top of that, so don't worry about it. We're not letting ACC die like that because of something that happened in 2 days or 3 days. So, thanks for caring, but as always, keep it polite, keep it educated. Don't go, into personal insults, because obviously then everybody is going into the defensive situation and nobody wins. This was another reminder for me too, to understand that, if you let people express their opinion, then probably, at least most of the times, everybody wins. Thanks, Rafael, for following. Thanks, Remy. Thank you, everybody, for following, guys. We're almost at 800 viewers. I don't know what's happening. All right, so this is all about it. Expect further news in the near future about it. But this is all about it, and most of it is my personal opinion, so it's not the official Kunos opinion. What I can tell you for Kunos acting is that we work on it, absolutely. So don't worry. Buckethead says, can impact physics be improved? They have already improved a lot in the multiplayer. I believe everybody can tell you that they have already improved a lot. We have limitations in technology. We'll see if I can improve furthermore. Yes, why not? Okay, so tires. Soul Survivor says, tires. What is happening with tires? Right, so all this that you feel right now is all suspension. There's nothing in the tire model. So it feels like if the tires are easier to handle, but in reality, it's all suspension. Job Low says, I posted a link to your stream in Zart's stream. Thank you so much, mate. Please post also here the link to Zardio's stream. I love the guy. We can understand each other. It's an amazing guy. I love him. So, all right. All right, BJ says, please in the future make changes to the off-track system. Let administrator configure the value. That is an interesting point of view. I can discuss this. I don't know if it's possible, but it's an interesting point of view. Has the bump stop stiffness curve changed? No, this is the same as before. So don't worry about that. This is the same. What GT3 car would benefit the most out of this? Honestly, I don't know. I think each car a little bit more. Probably some cars that had issues are now better. For example, I can tell you the Lexus could lock the rear tires under heavy braking at occasion. Now it almost doesn't do that anymore, not at all. So it has benefited from that. Aris, why if I go say from 2018 cars to 2019 GTC, the type of session has to change every time accordingly to that change? Say hot lap first, and yeah, this is some kind of user interface hiccup there. I don't know what to tell you about this. I'll try to see if something can be done. Will the Porsche be easier to drive now? Could be with the correct setup. Actually, let me show you the Porsche and you can judge. So let's go back, quit. Well, the Danny James says the Porsche cab doesn't lock up. Well, it has ABS. If you switch off the ABS, it will lock up. So let's get the Porsche. Let's get the Porsche. Difficult car. Let's go to Hungaroring, difficult track. You got stuck in the grass after spinning. It depends. Did you had a puncture, or maybe on the old version, maybe you broke the suspension? Can happen. So aggressive here, and let's see. So let's see if we are better on the nasty curbs of Hungaroring with the Porsche. Joseph, living next to the Hungaroring. Lucky fellow. I don't even know if I'm... No, I haven't changed the setup. Let me go to the garage and get... Yeah, the aggressive. Oh, it was already the aggressive. All right. The new HUD fixture. Well, guys, it's only 42 minutes past 10, so we still have at least 2 or 3 hours of live stream. So I would love to race historics, but I don't think there are plans right now for that. Tony Richards, I don't know about that, mate. Sorry. All right, so look at that. I'm on the curb and the car doesn't over-rotate. Wasn't that amazing? You saw that how it absorbed the suspension, the high curb. Look, boom. Ooh. I overdid it there. Whoa, Dorifto. Very cold tires, very low pressures. Oh, I love it. I love it. The suspension is so predictable. I mean, you can see the car getting unbalanced, but you understand what it's going to do. And obviously you can react, and by reacting, you can control it even better and don't have big issues. Look at this. Over the curb, no problems. The car is not over-rotating. Over the curb here, no problems. All the cars, we never do something just for one car. The physics are global to all the cars, so should work properly on the Porsche Cup and the Lambo ST. I want to redo the presets on the Porsche Cup, so wait, expect some improvements on the Porsche Cup presets. And over the curb, like that. Woohoo! You have to be fast. Don't think that the cars are so much easier to control. But they are more enjoyable and they don't want really to kill you as much as before, let's say. IVG is asking that the bump stop seems softer. It's not that it is softer, but the suspension, instead of moving only up because it was locked into the extension, now it also has the possibility to go into extension, into rebound, and that means that it can absorb the whole body can absorb curbs and bumps much better than before. And of course also sorry about that, the dampers work even better now because of that, So for example, what is happening now? Let me show you what I mean. So you go with your front wheel over this curb, okay? Now, when you go with your front wheel over that curb, okay, This means that the front end of the car goes like that, and that means that your inner rear wheel on the old version, it would be almost on the air because it wasn't extending properly. Now, in this version, with the new bump stop simulation, and most importantly, with the helper springs push the tire down and the suspension down, and so the tire still touches the ground, up to a point, of course, touches the ground. And so instead of having just the outside tire, having all the lateral grip of the car, the inner side also gives a little tiny help, and also makes the whole body move differently and control better the body movements. So altogether, again, we're not talking massive differences in one thing. We're talking little differences everywhere that altogether make a much more perceivable difference of the whole handling of the car. So let's see this in our replay. Ray, I just talk about the seats. I think you have to calm down, guy. Things are not always what they seem. All right, so how much rake of, oh god, it depends on how much wing you want to use, but the new model can use a little bit of rake. The old model can use a lot of rake, but it doesn't really matter too much because it's all about the front. You see how the car moved here? It's so amazing. It's all about the front ride height and the rear wing. Yes, Kilo, it's definitely more realistic. It helps us, get closer to how the cars react. It was actually one of the complaints of the real drivers that on some occasions they had more control on the car and they were lacking this control in our model, so we were trying to understand why. Sometimes you find the situation easily, sometimes it comes from an unexpected way, and as I said, we were, making the GT4 cars, which has much less downforce, and it wasn't working so well. So what's happening, it was clear that something was not working on the suspension because those cars try to have as much mechanical grip as possible, and this is where we found out that there was something buggy, and also that to improve we had to also simulate the helper springs, right? Madsen asks, what can you set to reach maximum speed other than the lower wing? Also lower ride height. The lower ride height, the less frontal area, the less drag. Also higher pressures. Less rolling resistance, so more top speed. You're asking too much, Vankel Spinner. I can improve AC, which could be a massive work. It's not a work that you can do in 1 month or 2 months. It would need years, so it's a different thing. Look at that. Look at how the car, reacts on the bump. It's wonderful. It's really wonderful. I mean, look at this. You can see the whole body moving much better than before. Right. So, Claudio Zaramillo, and we now move to the tires. Asks a very, very nice question. What can we expect with regards to tire temperatures and pressures? So, this is very interesting. Why? Because since the suspension copes with the bumps and everything much better, your tires might be a little bit less hot and have a little bit less pressure. So you might need to raise your tire pressures a tiny bit more now, okay? So this is a very interesting question, and check it out and let me know what you think after some days that you work with it. Well, more bump stop, more stiffer bump stops for the Lexus if it touches the ground too much. Improvements in the rain. So here we have. One of the things that we've changed for 1.3.10 is that the slick tires are now much more nervous if the tire is wet. So with slick tires now, you're gonna have more problems in the wet. Okay, so before now we had many alien drivers using slicks even with wet conditions. I mean, not terribly wet, but light rain or conditions, and they would use slicks. Well, now you cannot do anymore. You cannot do this anymore. So let me show you. Dynamic weather enabled. Let's do here custom. All right. So cloud cover and precipitation. Where is that? I have to do things here. I don't remember anymore. Okay, yeah. So let's have some rain, all right? But with grip level optimum, which can be very slippery if it's raining, and wetness 0. So we start with the track completely dry, okay? And it will get wet. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go with aggressive setup, slick tires, and drive instantly.
Green light, go, go, go.
Now you can also see that the HUD tells me that the wet tires are optimum, and in a minute it will tell me also that I have to enable the to switch on the lights. So as you can see, the circuit is rubbered. You can see the rubbered line, and it's still dry, but it's raining. So at some point, the rubbered line is going to become very, very slippery. So let's see how the slick tires will behave in such conditions. For now, I don't have issues. I don't have problems, but it keeps on raining, and the tires are starting to get colder. As you can see, whoops, whoa. You see that already I'm starting to have issues. Oh, you see how it slides, and I went, oh, again, oh, whoa, oh my God. So this is, you have to be much, much more careful than before. Now look at that, look how slidey and slippery it is. Oh! Woohoo! How about this? So let's go in, get the car again, got out. So as you can see, you are going to have big issues with the slick tires on raining conditions. So let's crank up the traction control, all right? Because it might be, the traction control, then you cannot control the car because obviously it's more slippery. So traction control goes way up, ABS goes way up like this at 9, and let's see if we can control the car better, right? Rain still coming down. You can see on the message that says that I have 3 laps remaining to switch on the lights. Of course, if you have the lights automatically, oh my God, code brown. You will see that the lights switch automatically on. That's nothing, not an issue for you. But if you like having things manually as I do, you will see the message, and you will see also the black and orange flag waving, which means that I have to light up my my lights. So let's do this. Oh my God! So lights are up, and you can see down under the rev limiter that I have the new green light on the HUD that shows that my lights are now on. Again, let me show you. Lights off, lights on. Gray, green. Down here, under the pedals. So look how slippery everything is. The track, the actual curbs, everything is so slippery. See, I cannot close the line right here. So it's better for me to stay a little bit outside, because otherwise it is impossible to to go inside. Again, let's stay a little bit outside and hope for the best. Then try to cross. Ooh. So difficult. So this is one of the things that we've changed on the tires. Slick tires on wet conditions, not so easy to control anymore. I'm not saying that you're going to die instantly, but certainly you're not going to be so fast. You'll have to adapt your driving and make, the hard decision to go to the pit stop and choose wet tires, which again is a risk because if the track is going to dry up, oh my god, ooh, survived. Oh my god, what about that? So yes, you have to decide when it is the time to go and get the wet tires, because obviously if you get the wet tires too soon, they're going to overheat a lot. Too late and you're going to die. Simple as that. So yeah, this is what's going on. All right, so Zabsi asks, are you supposed to indicate the direction you are going or the direction that others should pass you? I would indicate the direction I'm going. Honestly, I think this is the correct way, and then the others can pass you the other way. But to be honest, it's better that you decide, stick to a line, and let the other guy decide from where to pass you. And it keeps you more focused than playing with the indicators. It's better that you just stay focused, and the other guy decides where he wants to pass you. Hello, Mark. Hello, Wissam, and hello, Alexander. Thank you for the follow. All right, so this is Daisa said, are dampers still in work if I'm running zero bump stop range? Yes, of course, absolutely. Zero bump stop doesn't mean that the suspension is, doesn't work anymore. It's still working, but you limit the travel. But yes, of course it works. Thanks, Max Montocchio, for the follow. Aquaplaning is yes more apparent now. The actual wet tires haven't changed a lot or almost nothing. But the slick tires on wet conditions have changed, so be careful of that. Let's have a look at it from the outside. Look how nice it is. I love it. Let's change camera. All right. Samba says, if we have discussed at Kunos about global leaderboard, there are some talks, but I don't know to tell you much else. I don't know even if we will manage to do it. Hello, Gregors Kowalski. Welcome thank you for the follow. Hi, Andrea. Ciao, Andrea. All right, so Raul Rascu asks, what does the bump stop range number mean? I advise to go and watch, the other videos where I have explained the bump stops. But fast enough, bump stop rate is how stiff the bump stop is, and bump stop range is how far the bump stop is from the suspension movement. So the higher the number on the range, the more the suspension will move until it hits the bump stop and starts limiting the pitch of the car. Changes in car fuel consumptions? No, not really. If you notice something, probably because the driving is different, but no, not really. Victoria, ciao Vicky! Why before Suzuka? Because we put everybody into new conditions. All right. Yes, Danny. Everybody see the black and orange flags. It's because if it rains, the game expects you to switch on your lights. If your lights are off, then you get the black and orange flag for 3 laps, and then you disqualify. Look at that! Woohoo! But if you have it automatic, then the lights will switch on automatically, and you don't have to bother about it. Dry line not favorable in the rain. I will post a video about that very soon, Rams karting. Any Lucignolo asks any chance to ultimate damage model to update damage model in the future. Lucignolo, it's not so easy, non è facile. Non è che siamo bravissimi col damage su certe cose, soprattutto sul body. We're not so good on damage on the body. There are some limitations also, at least on the license that we have. We cannot, lose parts. So we do what's possible. I'm not very happy about it, but let's hope in the future to be able to do something about it. No, it doesn't include rain light, unfortunately, BJ. Okay, guys, calm down, calm down. So many people. Okay, let's talk about extra stuff on the tires. So, as you have probably noticed, we added an extra thing on the tires, and that extra thing is a new kind of graining. New kind of graining. So, what is all this about? Let me show you. Thank you, Cloud News, for the follow. So let's go out from here and let's go back into dry conditions. Okay. So as you know or might not know, let's get a different car. I don't know. Let's get what do you like? I don't know. Let's get the Lexus. Exactly. So here it is. So this is mainly for the slick tires, all right? This is mainly for the slick tires. As you know, we have graining already. What is graining? Graining means that if your tires are very cold and you keep on pushing them, okay, then on the surface they form some kind of tearing, some kind of lines that do not permit the tire footprint to be, as the slick one is, that it is as wide as possible. But it gets those lines and the tires become less precise. They might heat up more and they do not work properly. This is the normal graining. Now, Pirelli tires do not really suffer much from normal graining, so graining that occurs at low temperatures. They suffer a little bit, but no big deal. But if even if the tire is at the correct temperature, like this now,
Green light. Go.
okay, and you ask from the tire way too much from the optimum peak of the tire. You know that the tire gives the optimum grip when they are sliding just a little bit, not too much. If they are sliding too much, then what you do is that you are scrubbing material from the tire. So if you go into a turn and do this, okay, you see, like that, for example. In that way, you are scrubbing way too much material from the tire. Okay, so if you push the tire way too much, you are literally scrubbing material off the tire, like this, you see, every turn like this. Now, this will obviously wear down your tire more in Assetto Corsa until now, but not so much. It wasn't such a big deal, okay? So it would have some situations, some bad situation, but it was not tragic. So you could do it at some points. You could use this technique, they also called Alonso technique. It's a real technique, it's not something extremely bad. So you could make the car very over-rotating and then balance it out with forcing understeer. So the car rotates, you go into the turn like this, and you are forcing understeer, you slide a little bit the front tires, and the car balance out its handling. Now, this is something that some drivers do it in real life, okay, for a qualifying lap. So for a qualifying lap, you might do something like this and get away with it, or even be faster. I mean, we all saw Fernando Alonso doing it in a real Formula 1 car, so it can work. But obviously, if you do this for a long of time like that, all right, if you do this for a full race, then you are scrubbing way too much material. And scrubbing way too much material from the tire means that, in reality, you consume the tire way too much. And, real drivers will tell you this is definitely something not to do, especially with tires that have to, sustain 1,500, 600 kilos plus 600 kilos of downforce. It's a lot of weight over the tire. So if you keep doing this, the tire will literally fall into pieces very, very soon. So maybe it can work for 1 lap, 2 laps, 5 laps, even 10 laps. But if you do one stint like this, then by 30 minutes, okay, or 40 minutes of the stint, the tire will literally fall in pieces, and you are going to suffer from loss of grip, and you are going also to suffer precision on your tires. This is called tearing. You're tearing the tire down. You're practically scrubbing everything through the tire. Now, Assetto Corsa Competizione with release 1.3.10 is finally simulating this, right? And means that if you are not gentle with your tires during a race, in the long run, you're gonna suffer tearing in a big way. And you will see this as a graining indication. We call it graining, but it's not the typical graining. It's even worse than the typical graining because it works even on high temperatures. It works in optimal temperatures. You will suffer, tearing in optimal temperatures like this, and obviously it also make the tire slide even more than normal graining. So if you go back to the garage right now with just 2 laps, okay, and we go to the fuel strategy, we are going to see nothing yet, but normally we should see the graining rising up much sooner than before. So probably it's 3 or more laps here. I don't know. Oh no, actually, on the new tire set, yeah. Okay, you see already light. Before that, in Assetto Corsa Competizione, to get light graining, you have to end a full stint in very cold conditions, right? Now, 2 laps, and we have already light graining. If you keep doing that for a full stint, at the end, this will say severe, and you're going to have big issues. And if you want to do a double stint on those tires, this is going to be a really hard problem. So what to do about that? Yeah, what to do about that? Yes, you're right, guys. Tire set 1. So what do you do about that? Well, you need to drive properly. You need to drive by taking care of the tires during the race. Okay, so you cannot turn as much as you want, or you want to stabilize the car. No, you have to take care of it and turn the correct amount. Ask from the tire the correct grip. I'm not saying that you should not even overdo it occasionally, but you should drive like this, you should drive like that. That is a proper driving, no issues about that. But if you do this, that's not good anymore. And you can feel it on the steering wheel. If you turn too much and the steering wheel has a micro vibration, because right now, for example, I feel like zzz, a micro vibration, that means that in that condition, you are scrubbing too much stuff from the tire, and the tire keeps on vibrating from the bad lateral force that you are provoking. So just, drive properly, do not overdo it, and you'll see that by the end of the race, you might have a light grain as usual, and no big deal. Do stuff like this, and you'll end the race with medium or severe graining, and obviously your lap times will suffer towards the end of the stint. So this is the new stuff that we have created for version 1.3.10. Again, I know that some people will have issues to deal with that, but it will promote better driving. It will make you a better driver. You will learn. It will take a little bit of time. I remind you that if you drive for some laps properly, the graining diminishes because the tire gets cleared. So you can overdo it for a couple of laps and then drive properly and get less graining. You can lower the grain because in the meantime, the tire gets clear. This happens only in lateral slip. It doesn't happen when you're spinning, so you don't have really to, uh, you know, fear too much for the rear tires, except if you are, going uh, counter oversteer into every turn, which anyway it's not so fast. So it's mainly for the front tires, and you might have here, also in real racing, drivers complaining about graying on the front tires and not much on the rear. This is why it's happening mainly. All right, so let's check a little bit the chart. Well, less than an hour, just less than an hour, it means that probably Zarder was pushing way too much the front tires. I think Seyo VRC says that he's a little bit slower. I think you need some time to adjust. I don't think you're gonna be slower in the end. Give it some time. Let's see. It's too early. The average racer, the tire wear indicator, and actually the temperature. Yes, there is a bug right now. If you go here, guys, sorry about that. We have a bug with this release. So if you go here, the tire wear indicator is inverted. So it should have been outside, mid, and inside. Instead, is inside, mid, outside. We will fix it tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow hot fix. We will fix that stuff. Sorry about that. Lexus at Silverstone for a new bump stop. Yeah, we could do that maybe. Yeah, sit. I can add special abilities to the car. Paddle visibility. Well, paddles are visible when it's dry around them. They are not visible when it's wet everywhere. Also in real life, you never know at the side of the road how deep is the paddle if everywhere is wet. So it is what it is. Alessandro Cipri, around optimization VR 1.4. If the VR will get better in 1.4, the VR doesn't get better alone. It's the whole graphic engine that has to get better. If we can do it, we can do it for the whole graphic engine, not just for VR. So if it happens, everybody will be happy. We are trying, but it's not something that, if it was something easy like that, then why wait? It would be already out. Any particular car that I've been enjoying lately? Claudio Jaramillo says, if there is any particular car I've been enjoying lately, BMW M4 GT4 is nice. All right. Okay. The good Sarah says, next big step in physics, transmissions flex. We already have that. When you change gear and you hear that boom, this is transmission flex. How and why is ACC so demanding on CPU and less on a GPU? Physics, I guess. We calculate a billion of things, but I don't know honestly. All right, so okay, let's see what else we have that it is nice. So first of all, for the telemetry crazy about amongst you, we now support up to 99 telemetry laps, 99 red balloons, 99 problems, and telemetry isn't one of them, because now you can have up to 99 telemetry laps. And most importantly, if we go outside, so let me see if I can check this and go into the telemetry, the Motec. Blah, 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 blah. Where's the Motec? Motec. Okay. So now the telemetry files, they are saved in this way. So you get the circuit name, the car name, and a date stamp. So you can, order the telemetry a bit better. Everybody should thank Popometer, I think, YouTube channel, which he suggested this to me, and he's doing a great job in his channel, much more technical. So if you are on an advanced level, I am trying to show people how to get better starting from low level. But if you are in a very advanced level and you need to understand Motec and stuff like that, go to the Popometer YouTube channel. He's doing a great job. You should follow him. So yes, now this is what happens into Motec. So else, what else we can do? What else did we fix? Oh yeah, we had a little bit of optimizations into the BMW M6. BMW has a little bit better handling now. It should feel better. It gained some extra stuff from the suspension travel. And also that permits the aerodynamics incredibly to work even better. So that's an extra gain. So let's go at Spa and have a go. And so you can see also how the car reacts on top of these very long curbs at Spa and see what's going on. Right, so aggressive, and let's go.
Green light, green light. Go, go, go.
Yeah, ignition. All right, let's go. Spa Pit Eternity. So right. Yeah, I should have chosen something like I don't know, hot stint. Dragon says recommended settings for force feedback for Fanatec DD1 wheel. Remind me in half an hour so we can have a look. Sim racing popometer. Bruno, if you can, please, if you can, put the link on the chat, please do so. It will help lots of people. All right. So let's go. Let's do a couple of laps with the Beamer at Spa. And go right away over the curbs. No problem at all. Look at this. Boom. So nice. Boom. Haha. Wonderful. And again, I repeat, it's not something that, you don't feel anything. You really can feel something happening on the suspension. You go over the little undulations of the circuit and you can feel it already. It's really, really nice. I really like it. No longer Sim Racer Popometer. He changed the channel name. I don't know. Please post a link. Oh, this is so nice. Boom. I love it. Look at how I can ride this curb now. Yeah, the turbo here is so cool. Oops. I went in way too excited. Whoa, yeah. I could have gone into the pit lane to take the turn. No, we haven't changed the Audi traction control. Whoa. Oh, so the channel changed name. Guys, put a link on the chat, please. Thanks, Adam, for following. Oh, that was scary. Lucinho asked for track temperature in the future on the Motec. Could be a good thing, yes. That's a nice suggestion. DJ Pinger, thanks for following. Oh, the turbo lag of this car. It's like down the pedal and wait, and then woohoo! Oh, so only modders can put links? I didn't know that. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm a little bit of a knob with YouTube. Look at that, over the curb, no over rotation at all. Controllable. Fantastic. It's not that the car doesn't rotate, it does rotate, but it is controllable. You understand what it's doing. Look at this, over the curb like this, so nice. See, over the curb, bounces, upsets, loses traction, but stays put, stays. The handling is predictable. So let's see the replay of that. Nice, very nice. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, thanks, Madsen. Guys, the amount of concurrent viewers is mind-blowing tonight. Honestly, I don't know what to say. Okay, so let's see. Look, already you can see the car bouncing differently, you know. Let's see what's happening on the chat. I got Niels on the chat on Discord thanking. No worries, mate. Yes, I'm... don't go to sleep, Danny. We still have some stuff to talk about. Honestly, I don't remember if we have extra stuff. We have talked about the Bentley. We're talking now about the M6. We talk about the tires. We talk about the suspension. What else did we change? We changed some couple of other things. Thanks, Capunazo, for subscribing. You see how the car rolls over the tires now. It's so nice. See, goes down off the curb and boing, just a tiny little bump. I don't know, mate. I'm not using VR. I have so many people saying it's good. I will never say it's perfect, but they say that they enjoy it a lot. But I have also some people like you saying they don't like it at all. So honestly, I don't know what to say. It's not my... I'm not expert on that. I'm pretty ignorant. Sorry about that. What is my favorite car to drive? I don't know. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Look at this again. Oh, come on. This is so cool. Let's look at this in slow motion. Look. Up it goes. And up the curb, boom, the sausage bounced down and still stays in control. Oh, so nice. Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's always nice when you have, a breakthrough in physics and things work better than what you had before that. All right, so what can we do now? We talk about, I think, pretty much everything. Let me check if I forgot something. Um, I think we have everything. Okay, so some questions. A guy asked me about the force feedback of the Fanatec. So let's go about that. Controls. I have a DD2. Now I have gain 100 because I have to check all cars during the development for clipping. Okay, so ignore that. For a direct drive like the Fanatec, I would suggest that you go down to something like 40, 30 to 40, 30 to 40 in gain. Minimum force completely at 0, damping at 100, rod effect 0, and of course frequency 333. Now on the steering wheel, I would suggest that you go the force feedback as high as you like, so something like 60, 50, 60, depends on how hard you want it, and force effect similar, how strong you want the feedback. The spring effect is at 100. The damper effect is at 100. The natural damper on the direct drive, I keep it at 50. Your mileage might vary. This is for the Fanatec direct drive, and the natural friction, it is off. Okay, force feedback intensity 100 and so on. So this is how I keep my my settings. I think they let the steering go as hard as possible. Again, do not look at 100 on for a direct drive. It's not the correct thing to do. Lower it to 30 or 40 and raise the force from the steering wheel. What about the G29s? G29s, you have to use some gain, even 100, because obviously it doesn't have much strength. For all the Logitech wheels, I suggest you go up to 12% minimum force, because there is a dead zone of force feedback in the middle. So 12%, 14%, something like that. And maybe go a little bit down on dynamic damping, something like 50%. I wouldn't go under 30%, honestly. I would stay to 30 to 50%, something like that. Road effects, again, if you want something to happen to your steering wheel, you can raise it a bit, but I wouldn't go much higher than 20%, because otherwise you get too much noise, many things happening on the steering wheel. The steering wheel doesn't have enough force to cope with everything, so you end up with things vibrating, but you don't really feel what is happening. So this is my my suggestion for that. Similar things for the Thrustmaster wheels, a bit lower here, maybe 90%. Road effects, again, don't overdo it. 20% is more than enough. I prefer almost 0. Pick your best number. Yes, if you can run a custom LUT, even better, but I cannot explain this now here. You can find the instructions on the forum. CSW suggestion, almost the same as the direct drive, a little bit more gain because it is less, and very important value for the Fanatec normal, the CSW V12 2.5, 2.5 drift level at -1 or -2. Okay, for CSW 2.0 drift level at 1 or 2, positive 1 or 2. No, I wouldn't change from car to car. I just use the same thing. Right. Again, something very important. Do not get crazy with your force feedback. Okay. So get some default values, put them in, go out, go for a drive. If the driving is, good enough, you feel something, it's not like, oh my god, I can't feel anything. So if it's good enough, then stick with it. Don't try to find the magic solution. There is no magic. The magic has to happen between what the steering wheel telling you and what your brain understands. Again, it's like I've said this before, I'll say it again. It's like learning a new language, a foreign language. Okay, at first you understand nothing. You keep on practicing, your brain starts to understand, and at some point you understand the language, and you can also start to to talk the new language. The same thing happens with the feedback that you get. You get feedback, your brain doesn't understand it, so you have to keep practice, practice, practice. At some point, your brain starts to understand what the signals from the wheel are, how the signals from the wheel are connected to what your brains sees through your eyes and through the physics. And at some point, it clicks on you and you start feeling the actual physics. But if you keep changing stuff on the first feedback, then you don't give your brain the opportunity to learn the signals. You keep changing things and your brain loses its reference points on the signals. So find a setting that is acceptable, not the best ever, but acceptable. Stick to it for 2 weeks, then we talk again. This is how it works. Okay, this is how it works. Do I have any mode to improve brain software connection? Yes, it is called practice. Yeah, that's all it is. Uh, all right, so what can we do now? Actually, guys, um, I would do this if you would like. I have this Saturday. I have to do the 12 hours of Suzuka, and I haven't practiced at all. So what I would like to do is, load up the BMW, go at Suzuka. This is the car that we selected, and do half an hour or 1 hour practice with the same setup. See how I feel the car during 1 hour practice, and see if I can improve. Uh, Drivers grabs fixed for endurance. I think there should be better. No, Kirill, I'm not alone. Of course, I will be with Gergo and Kevin as usual. And so, if you guys are all right with this, I will do some practice. I will do half an hour, 1 hour, full stint, and see what happens. Okay. Also, all that stuff that we said about the tires and the wear and everything, that we are working on it. So we might have to do some updates in the near future with hot fixes this week, next week, up to 1.4. So we're working on it. So it's all work in progress. I think they're already in a very good place. Might need no changes at all, but we are looking at it very very closely. Fly Alien, read your last comment. Where is it? Already flied away, so I can't find it. Uh, all right, so I will do this. Let's get out from here. Actually, let me see if there are any practice servers from Redline Motorsport. Let me check this for Suzuka, because it's always nice to go online. Okay, so Redline, Suzuka. No, this is a race something. Team practice server. Single practice server. Yeah, this is what we want. And they are right now into a race, so I cannot join. Boo. Hungaroring, Bathurst. No. So those are the two of them. But I see that they are into a race right now, so I cannot join. Maybe I can join here. Let me get the BMW. I think we are going to use the row one, probably. Should be this. I don't know if I know the server, but we can try it. Connect. Let me check if I can find the server. Blah 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 blah. Where is it? So Line Motorsport. Go to my account. Sign in. Yes, I want to sign in. Come on, come on, come on. Oops. Red line. Again. Have a little bit of patience, guys. Sorry about that. Oskan, honestly, I think our tire physics are one of the top, if not the top right now, of the things that simulates, and we already simulate flat spot. You don't want to know what happens if you spin around and lock your tires and then continue driving. So, honestly, in terms of tire physics and aerodynamics, I don't think that we have something to to learn from other sims right now. Modesty apart, but you know. Thanks, Mickey. Thanks for following. Thank you so much. All right, so let me see. Where is Suzuka? Suzuka. 12 hours of Suzuka, that should be. Somewhere should be the. Where on earth is the password? I need the password. So races maybe here. We did the qualifying. Oh my god, I cannot find the password. Oh, thanks. It's on Discord, they tell me. Oh, that would be nice to find out. Which channel of the 3,000 channels that RLM has on Discord? So 12 hours Suzuka. Thank you so much. I love Discord. Okay, so let's see. Well, in theory, this is what I have written here, but let's try again. Let's go into. Nope. So maybe. Try this again. I had made a typo. All right, so in we go. Couple of drivers here already. Hello, everybody. I mean, as Kevin stuck, and not as Aris, but it's okay, no problem. Plop, 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 plop. So we have a setup, I think here. So yeah, let's get this again. Old setup. So I will go into the right head. I will do one click up, one click down. Everything should settle. You can see here moving around. At some point it will settle, and this is it. So I will put here, I don't know, 110 liters of race of fuel, and I will go out and hope for the best. So long drive stint. Here we go. I will run out of fuel after 2 laps because my name right now is Kevin Stack. No, actually, it took my real name. Nice. Don't tell Kevin. He won't be happy. Okay, so I will be very, very slow right now here because honestly, I have not been practicing for a long time. But hopefully, I will get better and better if I keep driving. But my main issue right now is to see how my tires will react after, say, half an hour or something like that. And how the handling of the car also would change. Yeah, drop the like to my Steam and subscribe and hit the notifications and all the stuff that can make the channel grow and get bigger, and so that all those people come to the chat simultaneously, and I cannot answer to anybody because I go into panic and I can't breathe anymore. Oh. Frederick asks if the tire temp affects the graining. Absolutely. If the tire is cold, then you get, graining from very cold and hard, stiff tire surface. If the tire is optimum, you don't get any graining. Actually, the graining lowers if the temperature is optimum. So if you have some graining and you have the correct temperature, then the graining slowly gets lower and lower. But if you push the tire way too much and you keep on, moving sliding the tire around, then the grain goes up again and it's even worse than before. So yeah. I have a Mercedes behind me and it won't be easy to drive, check what the Mercedes does, and also check the chat. Actually, it would be impossible to check the chat right now. I think the Mercedes guys is just looking at me. Ooh, that was close. Let's see if we can follow the guy. Oh, the turbo lag of this car is unbelievable. When it hits you, it's amazing. The car rotates a little bit too much when I touch the brakes. Maybe one click more to brake bias at the front. Well, the tire pressure, guys, is not an exact math. It's not like you have to be exactly at 27.5 or 0.6 or whatever. Yes, usually it is good. Oh, again, this turn. Come on, Aris. Usually it is good to be somewhere there, but it also depends on your driving style, it depends on the car, it depends on the circuit. So at some circuits you might want a little bit higher tire pressure. At some circuits you might want a little bit lower tire pressure. It is around there, around 27 and 28. But exactly that is not so easy to, to tell. What pressure for V12? Oh, come on. Hello, John Banaitis. Welcome. The CPU usage that you see here underneath the tire HUD is the server CPU. So it gives you an indication if the server works correctly or if there are problems with the connection. It has nothing to do with your own computer, so don't bother about this. Ciao Luca! Oh, finally! I made the spoon here, right? I made it correctly, or almost correctly. No, actually not. Come on, Aris. Get your shit together, as they say.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Car is a little bit too light at the rear right now. FPS, I think you can enable something like that if you go into the documents, config files. I think you might be able to find a file named hard.json, and this is somewhere you can enable in there. I have to have a look, but I don't remember. Funky Pappus is also on the server. You want to change driver, mate?
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Ooh, scary moment from Grigorov. Nice. Ah, bad exit. Oh, completely missed the braking void.
Clear on the right.
Hello, Thomas. Thanks for following. Monkey's connected, yeah. Look at how the Porsches accelerate out of the hairpin. It's like I'm like, and the Porsche's like, toom. Amazing traction. Ooh, brake, 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 brake. Oh, come on. Happy with the Unreal Engine. Oh, it has pro and co, as every other engine, I guess. Some things are great, some things are awful. You know, it depends. I'm gonna be so slow with this tanker at Suzuka. Hopefully this half an hour or an hour of practice will, you know, help me get a little better. We're not that slow, to be honest. I mean, whoa, oh, yeah, last famous words. Takumi Dorifto. I'm not that slow. I mean, I can see the cars going away from me, but not instantly, except if I'm doing, you know, errors. Which means that with a little bit of practice, I can have an acceptable rhythm. But then again, I cannot read. I cannot simply read the chat and keep on driving. That's not possible. Okay, I want some extra front braking. What conditions is the track right now? Fast, okay. It's a little bit on a slidey, a little bit slippery situation, so it's okay. Hey D35 Nor, DNor or something like that. Welcome to the channel. So for now we're lapping into 2.4 point something. It would be nice if I can get this down to 2.3 at least, and then, you know, get better from there. Yeah, I mean, guys, I know that obviously everybody likes to complain about the balance of the cars, but if you think about it, how different all the cars are, it's amazing they managed to balance it out on the real jump. And to be honest, I was quite surprised that we are somewhat capable of balancing them out also in the sim. So seems to be doing something properly, I think. Oh, 203.9. Let's get this down to 2.03 meets and then see from there what we can do. You can see how practice makes perfect. I mean, I'm getting faster and faster lap after lap, even with warm tires. So except if I'm going outside like this is gonna be terrible into the real race. 12 hours of drive-throughs and track limit warnings. It's gonna be really, really hard. Miko Tagna is here. Yes, a long enemy. Yes, I can unban you for the forums, but please behave. No worries, mate. All I want is to, let other people their space and behave on the rules. If you do that, everything's gonna be fine. Also, of course, the guy that was blatantly cheating was, has to behave, otherwise in the end, he's going to be banned too, as I said. But yeah, everybody can get a second chance and a third chance, no problems, right? I hate it when it slides this much. Oh, come on, I took that curb again. Have to stay outside of this dumb curb. I'm watching the chat way too much. Stop reading this. But I'm here for you guys tonight. It's not like, I have to race. On Saturday, I shouldn't be reading during the race. We're gonna have a 12-hour stream, guys. Saturday. Ooh, I couldn't stop the car. What happened here? Did I miss my braking point? That was strange. Oh, brake seems to work properly, so I don't know what I did. want to try traction control 3. Oh, come on, I've lost my braking zone again. What on earth am I doing? So traction control 3. So one thing you can do when you're training and you're practicing, I mean, don't let stupid errors like this stop you from keep on doing what you do, keep on doing a long steed. So yes, I do some stupid errors, but doesn't matter. I have to, you know, keep on going, because this is what it will eventually, after a couple of days, give me the correct consistency to be, you know, to be good at the race. Doesn't matter if I do errors right now. I'll just keep on practicing. Tomorrow will be better. After tomorrow I'll be even better. And by the race day, hopefully, I will be much better than now. So just, you know, you make an error, who cares? Keep on lapping, no problems. So how? Welcome. Handsy, focus, yeah. Yeah, I need to activate the wobble head. Yeah, let's focus a little bit better. Yeah, that's better, you see. Now, to go this fast right now, I need to focus. But by practicing, what will happen is that after a couple of days, I will be going this fast automatically, and if I focus, I will get even faster. So this is what we're trying to do by practicing correctly, you know? This is what you have to achieve. Hello, Mercedes. I've overshoot my braking zone. Damn. My fault. Querty asked why we picked the BMW. Because the BMW is the favorite car of Kevin Minolin, the developer that races with us. And we wanted, you know, to have him drive his favorite car for the 12-hour race, but the guy is so busy right now that we might end up without having him on the team. So me and Gergo ended up with the BMW. For me, it's okay-ish. Gergo hates it with passion, so it's gonna be a total disaster this time. Total disaster, but it's okay. All right, we will make it somehow. I think for the next race, we'll probably select something, you know, proper. I'm pretty sure Gergo is already, you know, searching what car we should select for the next race. No, I hope Kevin will be here, but the guy is very, very busy right now. So honestly, I don't even know if he remembers that this Saturday we have a race. Hopefully, yes. Otherwise, we'll be only two of us, and we won't be able to participate and finish the race. Oh, Gergo hits the car. Hello, mate. Oh, finally. NC, yeah, we might need a slow third driver. Ask Gergo. That was a nice downshift. Came out perfectly. I went out too wide there. That's a pity. Would have been much faster. Which is my favorite car out here? Oh, tricky question. The Aston is very nice. I don't know about, actual lap times, but the Aston is very nice. The Audi is also very nice. Oh, 0.3 flat. This is what practice does. See, if I start focusing, lap times start to get better. Who's that? Lexus is fast. Welcome. Thanks for the follow. Lexus is fast. Lexus is even faster now. I will check the tire degradation at the end of the stint. That was a much better exit here. Gonna go under 2.03 with half fuel load. Not bad, not bad. We're getting better.
That's not bad.
Still slippery. Ooh, ask too much from the car. Nice. We are getting better. Mikhail says if the GT4 development will be delayed because of the pandemic and the lockdown. I don't think so. We are still on schedule. Everybody is working like crazy from our homes. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna have troubles on that. It would have been better to be able, you know, to visit the races and talk with the teams on some details. But as you know, even after the release, we can always improve and keep on improving if we have some stuff that we are not happy with. So a bit of oversteer there, and you instantly lose 1/10 of a second. Now I use a very small 24 inches monitor. I have to develop, I have 2 monitors here, 2 computers, so everything has to fit into a desk. But it's a good situation. I'm pretty happy with it, and permits me, you know, to jump from one chair to the other, drive, develop, drive, develop. It's all good. It even permits me to drive and read the chat, reply, read the chat, reply, and drive, and get out of here like this. I'm alive. Grazie mille, Gabriele. No, I don't think it's possible to get GPS data for the Motec Soul Survivor. Carsten, yes, maybe on the next live stream we can do some work on the Mercedes. Why not? Yeah, I like the car actually. We should work with it. Output the left-right indicators. Possibly yes. I took that curve a little bit too aggressively. So as you can see, the car reacts much better on the curve, but that doesn't mean you can do whatever you want with the curves. It's not like, yeah, I will take whatever curves and jump over the curves without problems. If you overdo it, this is what happens. Zakon, after the live stream, the whole video will go online and you will be able to, you know, watch it, all of it, and check whatever part of the video you want. So tomorrow, for example, it will be easy for you to watch whatever part you want, mate. I can feel the car pretty well. I have no issues for now, which is very positive. So I don't have any issues with tire wear right now. It's a little bit slidey, but it goes like that even from the start, so. Well, I had to jump over there. So 19 laps. Yargo, do you know how many laps I have to do to make a stint, more or less? Gabriele, grazie per il follow. Ooh, I went too wide. "30 laps for 1 hour. Nice. I don't feel any degradation, to be honest, on the tires for now. I mean, yes, I feel some, but it is the normal degradation I feel when, you know, you're pushing. Claudio, thanks for the follow, mate. And I'm 20 laps, so looks good. So who's behind me? Vanov. Oh, here it is. The menacing Mercedes. Gonna eat me alive. Yeah, just mistaken here the entry. Let's see if I can keep it together. I hope he's on a new lap and not lapping me after 20 laps. It's gonna be so depressing. He's probably lapping me after 20 laps. But at least the Beamer has power. We can defend at the exit of the turns for sure. I mean, if I can defend over the Mercedes at the exits, it has to mean something. VM boot Empower. Oh, come on, Aris.
Car on the right.
Completely
Clear
wrong.
on the right.
How many BMW, how many Mercedes are here? Wah. Oh,
Car on the right. Clear on
clearly
the right.
missed it. Only two. Well, I can ban them. Dev hacks. Ban the Mercedes. There are two Mercedes and both are faster than me, so ban them. Whee! Nerf the Mercedes. The Bahnhammer. Dev hacks. David Perel is here. Hello, David. What a guy. Well, if I can concentrate hard enough, I can see the Mercedes not disappearing in the horizon. That's something. Ah. How fast are the damn Mercedes on the straight line? They are like, boom. Mike Smith, thanks for the follow, man. Ah. If David Perel is not the Ferrari, probably he's coaching someone. I mean, he's sponsoring the event, he can do whatever he wants. Oh. Oh! The turbo lag. Come on. I don't know if the Mercedes are waiting for me. Probably yes. Sweating. Oh, thank you, Zakon. Nice. I'm happy that you approve. I'm less happy that I lose focus and completely mistaken the turn, but I survived. Whee.
Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
What? Personal fastest lap. Not bad. Yeah, Ivan, all is going well. I'm practicing for Saturday's 12-hour race. It's gonna be very hard because I haven't practiced at all. Well, tires looking good though. Yeah, Ivan, that's true. Yes, at least that's what the real driver is telling us, that those cars over the curbs are extremely forgiving. Ooh, one Mercedes is off. Well, this is gonna happen in the race, you know. Bad entry. Circuit is also getting better now. Can feel more grip from the asphalt. Car is lighter. So if the tires can, you know, assist me, I could improve. Too bad. Too much curb there. Mercedes is in. And we keep on lapping. Ah, mistaken. Fortunate. Yes, Ivan, this is practice for the Dave Perel Coats event. 12 hours of Suzuka from Red Light Motorsport. We had the first part of the live stream where I explained pretty much everything about version 1.3, and now I'm just, you know, practicing. I'm trying to do a 1 hour stint here and see how it goes. Or at least until my fuel doesn't end. No, I haven't added the mask. Who knew? Maybe in the future we will have to add, you know, the mask on the visitors and marshals. What times are we living, guys? Incredible, right? But that's nature. That's what happens. That's what happens if you don't invest to be prepared, you know, before for such things, and having a proper health system that can afford such a mess. Whee. Luca Bertozzi, grazie per il follow. How are we gonna survive for 12 hours into this thing? I don't know. It's gonna be terrible. And now I'm practically lapping alone. It will be full of traffic during the race, so honestly. What chair do I have? That's a good story actually. Now this chair is a chair from my beloved BMW M3 E36 that I had some years ago, and I had to sell because Italy decided to put an extra super tax for high-powered cars at the time. So I had to sell the car because in the end, after 2 or 3 years, I would have to pay the actual price of the car in taxes. So I sold the car, but I had one extra seat, and I took it off and placed it on my sim rig here, and I'm using this. It's not the perfect chair for sims, but I love it. I am fond to it. It reminds me of my old M3, and I'm really happy to have it here and be able to still, drive on the same seat that I had on my M3. M3 E36, guys, not M5. Yeah, Davide, hai ragione. What's set up? Right now, I have updated my processor. I have a Ryzen 3600. And I must say I'm very, very happy about it. And I have a 1080 GTX card, normal. The most important thing, guys, I believe, that Assetto Corsa Competizione needs is a high-speed RAM. You have to use a high-speed RAM and eliminate bottlenecks because the textures are very high and they need lots of bandwidth between the CPU and the GPU so that it works well. I saw that by using a better RAM, faster with lower cache numbers. I don't know if that latency. Actually, I gained up to 5 to 10 frames per second on an already good system. So, yeah, I do advise you to check your RAM and see if you can improve on the speed of the RAM and the latency of the RAM with a better maker of RAM sticks. Oh, I'm driving really bad now. Now I've started having some issues with the tires. The car is a little bit slidey. Let's see if I can improve with a little bit more traction control and a little bit more ABS. I cannot do this again into that little straight. I have to remind myself to wait on the long straight to do such stuff. Ooh, very bad. Yes, John, correct. The DRAM Ryzen calculator is doing a good job on that. Thank you, Andrea. Grazie mille, Andrea. Ooh, let me focus because I'm driving really bad. I want to do at least a couple of good laps now that I am at the end of my stint. So then I can go inside the pits. And yeah, let's do 2 more laps. 2 more laps, guys.
Yellow flag, be careful.
Ooh, that was scary here. Oh. Car is still, I mean, it still does the lap times I'm supposed to do, so it's still more of the bottleneck is the driver, not the car, so not bad. Yeah, that's my fault here again. Jesus, I've spoke about that at the start of the live stream. So tomorrow, when the live stream would get uploaded, you can check it out at pretty much just after a bit the start of the live stream. You can check it out and see what I think about seating and how we are, you know, working about it. Daniel, yes, of course, the tires now are pretty worn out for sure, and the car is sliding around a lot. It's also lighter, but the feeling is not perfect, but the lap times are not bad. So that means that, you know, with proper driving, I can handle it. It's good, it's good. See here that I need mechanical grip. The car suffers. I'm pretty satisfied, you know. Oof. Look at that lap time. That is not bad at all after 32 laps. Okay, so this is in lap. I will probably finish the fuel before going in. Let's see if I can save fuel. make it to the end of the lap. I doubt it, but can I make it? Can I make it? I think I can. In we go. Yes, we made it. Ismail, Air Design, thank you for the follow. And 0.2 laps, and we made it. That was nice. Okay, so let's stop and go into the garage and take our readings. So let's see here, fuel strategy. Now, tire set. It is that, right? No, it's not that. It changes the tire, sir, or it goes. Here it is. Oh, here is the tire. It goes 4. Yeah, probably because I saved the setup with tire set number 4. So, light grain. That's perfect. You see, no big, steering moves. After 33 laps, light graining. Excellent. I could even do even better because I was driving badly. So imagine that I am properly, I have done my practice. Hopefully, I will arrive on Saturday driving better. Grazie, Danilo, for the follow. Um, and I could have been much better. The tire wear is not so good. As I told you, we have a bug here. We have inverted inner with outer. We will fix that tomorrow. So this one at the outside is the actual inner part of the tire. But let's get the mid now. It's 175 and 193 at the middle. So we are consuming a bit too much the front tires, which is, something that you expect from a front weight car like the BMW. Grazie Davide, grazie, buonanotte. No, Carl, there is no actual rule right now on that. So I think we did really well. Let me save this so I can have an idea about it. That's good. Okay. The problem is that at some point we might need to do a double stint with the tires, and if we need to do a double stint with the tires, that means that I have to think something about this kind of wear, because obviously if I've done 33 laps, let's say we have to do 60 laps with the same tire, we won't make it. So it's gonna be a little bit difficult. Daniel B, I don't think they will have to increase the number of tires. The tire wear is the same as before. It's not the tire wear is not a problem. The grain is a problem, but we saw that driving properly, I didn't have big issues with the grain. If I believe they should let the tire sets to 9. It's gonna be tricky and interesting for everybody. But yeah, I will have to do something on the setup and on the driving to make this thing work properly. Let me save this. I think it's here, probably, yes. Let me save that somewhere. Yeah, Salva. All right, that's good. Okay, so yes, the fuel per lap was good. So yeah, it might. Yeah, Zune is right. It might rain. So if it rains, we will have some extra, wet tires to use. So if it rains, it won't matter at all. If it keeps being dry, then it's different. Also, something to consider. We started with a fast track, which were more slidey. I was driving badly. We had a temperature which was high. Maybe when the temperature will be lower during the night, it might be better. So if we can manage to put this up to something like 2.1, then we can start, thinking about it. It won't be easy at all. Hello, Iranel. Thanks for the follow. Uh, Fieldon, higher number is better. This is what it is. The wear on the tire, when you have the tire, the actual real tire, on the slick tire, there are little holes on the surface. There are little holes in the inner, mid, and outside of the tire on the circumference of the tire. Now, when the car comes into the pits, they put a little a depth meter to measure the depth of the holes. Why is that? Because the actual tread of the tire, so how much material the tire has on it, and how fresh it is, when the tire is completely new, then the depth is three millimeters. 3 millimeters. As you keep on racing, you consume the tire, and so the tire has less and less depth into the holes. So when you come back on the pits, they put again the depth meter into the holes, and you read the depth of the holes. Now, Pirelli suggests that if you go under 1.6 millimeters of depth, you should change the tire. The tire loses a lot of grip, and it starts to be, you know, uh, bad for the life of the tire. You might even, a puncture might occur. So under 1.6, 1.5 millimeters, you should pit in and change the tire. So this is the situation. I have a Mercedes playing with the accelerator. Who's that guy? Ivanov. uh, Vision says, how can you lower wear with the setup? Well, you have different options. Okay. Uh, Keep in mind that everything that you will do, it will not make a big difference. It's not like with the setup, you will make, double the difference, or even, I mean, if you manage to do 20% of a difference, consider yourself lucky. This is how it works. So what can you do? Well, first of all, you can use less toe. So you have less scrub during the straight line, for example. You can use less camber. So with less camber, you consume the whole tire better than, consuming more the inner part of the tire. You can use softer dampers. Softer dampers produce less heat and scrub less the tire. You can use softer wheel rates. Okay, and then obviously you can use the electronics. Um, so, for example, uh, you can use a higher traction control and a higher ABS level. That will make the tires scrub less at every acceleration and at every braking zone. And obviously, you will consume less your tires. You can do all that stuff. But again, as I told you, if you gain 10 or 20% of better tire degradation, that's a miracle, from the setup. The big, as always, influence of the tires is your driving style. Be smooth, don't scrub the tires, be smooth with the pedals, with the steering wheel, with everything. Maybe don't push the car so much as you could, And the more you do this, and the more influence you will have on the consumption of your tires. This is always the problem, and whatever influences the car the most is always the guy between the steering wheel and the seat. This thing here, this thing here. Okay. David Perel said, "Sorry, mate. Are you Kirill? I think Kirill is your name. Sorry, I cannot read so well Cyrillic. Sorry about that." Aris said, so David Perel said that in real life they are way more aggressive on the brakes with these GT3 cars, and here you need to be much softer with them. Could be. There is certainly the fact that here you don't have all those sensations that you have in the real car. If you ask on an alien, it would tell you, yes, I can be aggressive, I can do whatever I want. If you ask a real driver, initially he will have some problems. So you have to take into perspective their feedback and understand if it is a problem of their actual car or if it is a problem of their lack of feedback, of real feedback in no G-forces and everything, or if it is a combination. Usually it is a little bit of a combination. So I will talk with David again and see where we can improve. As always, you can always improve. You can always do an extra step. You can always find something to get better at. Vision, yes, softer dampers are lower numbers on the dampers. Usually in the real cars, higher numbers are softer. But here, to help people that they are not so used with, with everything, higher number is always stiffer, harder, more influenced, and always like that. Nice, Kirill. Okay, got it right. Christian, yes, cell loaded pedals and a better rig always helps you more with braking. That's pedals do help you improve your driving. Steering wheels do give you much better impression and immersion and feedback, but not necessarily make you faster. I have seen many aliens being faster without important uh, steering wheels. But in my opinion, especially if you have some real life experience, the better the pedals you have, the better you go. And the most you injure yourself, like me, that I have to drive many hours during the day, every day. And yeah, my poor legs are not so well anymore. I cannot run as some time ago. Mart, you should always use 900. If you feel that you need to turn too much, then my advice is that you're probably doing it something wrong. If you feel that need to turn too much, try this. Turn less. Usually almost in any turn you don't need to go over 90 degrees, except some hairpins. But usually in all the turns, if you go over 90 degrees, you're doing it something wrong. Turn less and see if the car reacts and follows the turn. If the car reacts, it means that you have extra grip, but you have went over the peak of the tire and you are sliding and you're not understanding what the feedback is telling you. You will probably feel some tiny vibration, some noise, like something like zzz on the wheel when you are turning way too much. Darius, you should get a direct drive wheel. It doesn't make you faster. Might make you faster. It depends. I mean, but it's not an absolute guarantee that you will be faster with a direct drive. But the immersion is so much better, mate. I can assure you, I wasn't expecting that difference. And I'm not talking Fanuc. I'm talking all direct drives. The difference between a very good wheel. I had before that I had the CSW V2, right? Excellent wheel. And I got the direct drive and I was like, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be stiffer, it's gonna be stronger, and that's it. No, it's not. The precision, the immediacy, the clarity of the feedback, the resolution, it's all on a different level. Take a direct drive, it's well worth it. Um, What is the cheapest direct drive? I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. Darius, yes, I wasn't expecting a big difference between CSW v2.5 and direct drive. There is difference. There is difference. I can assure you. Hey, 93. All right. So, Aquaforce are also amazing, amazing, amazing. Technically, top stuff. So, all right. So, what do we do? I think that's enough for today. I think it's 1 o'clock, and tomorrow I have to still, work. There's lots of work to do. There are hot fixes to do for this release. There are the GT4 cars to, keep on working on. So yeah, I think we should call it a day. Um, have the replay here. Always nice to watch the car bouncing around now. After the Gobbly head, we have the Gobbly cars. Must win. How much tires will we have for the 12 race? I think we're gonna have nine sets, and infinite wet tires as usual. So if it rains, we're gonna get as many tires as we want, but 9 tire sets. Che pedaliera? Ho la Fanatec V3, V3, Fanatec V3 pedals. Thanks, Madsen. Sneak peek? No, I cannot give you any sneak peek, guys. Unfortunately, on the GT3, I can tell you that it's a very nice driving feeling. It's much easier than the GT3s in terms of control, but it's also harder because you have to know how to control a car, because obviously they have less grip, they slide around a little bit more. But if you like sliding a little bit, it's very nice, very nice. I don't know about the trailer. Custom season with one car. I don't know about the season in the championship. I think you can already do this. For sure you can do single maker races. For example, let's get out from here, and I will show you. So Asmodan asks, could it be possible in the future to let us make custom season with one model of a car like Porsche GT3 Cup? So for example, if you go here and select quick race, all right, quick race, you go into single make, and you choose using official liveries or using custom liveries or whatever, but something different than disabled. Then you go here, you select your Porsche Cup, so 2018 Porsche Cup like this. Again, quick race, official liveries. And if I go inside, I should get only Porsche cars. And I'm alone. Let me check if I did something wrong. Let me go back and see what I did. Yes, of course, custom livery, so you can have as many cars as you like, I believe. Let's see if I'm doing this correctly. Confirm, go in. I've shared them before, unknown. Oh, here you are. Single makers, all Porsche Cup cars, right? I'm not sure if that works also in the championship, so let's control this right away. So I guess you mean championship like this. So new season, sprint, endurance, all custom. Okay, custom. So whether real, okay, opponent count, damage, brake tempered, all right. So start new, cup, like that, and probably you cannot do this. I don't know. Yeah, probably not. Let's see. Confirm. Yeah, you're right. You cannot do this. I can ask the user interface guys if we can do something like that in the future. All right, let me take a note of that. Custom, where is it? Custom single make championship yeah, season. All right. All right. So this is it. Multi-class should be definitely possible in multiplayer. Definitely not possible in single player for many reasons. So I don't think it's going to be possible in single player, but definitely possible in multiplayer. But again, I'm not sure. Let's wait and see at the end of the development. Um, all right. I don't know about all of that, guys. All right. So okay, enough for now. Otherwise, we're gonna make 2 o'clock in the morning. So guys, today it was unbelievable. I've never seen this kind of numbers in my channel. Uh, I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. This was an amazing day. Mm, I'm really shocked about it and deeply honored and very very happy to be able to interact with you guys. I really hope that all this pandemic ends as soon as possible so that we can get all out of here and go to the real racing track, meet you in person, have a beer, have a long chat, even more than 3 hours, enjoy some proper race, and then get back and do some extra sim racing. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ricardo Bello, for following. Thank you, everybody, for the subscriptions and for the support that you're giving us, and for keeping Assetto Corsa Competizione so high in your preferences. So yeah, what can I say? Let's keep on touch. Again, I might do another live stream training for the event, or I might jump that, and we will do directly. For sure, where I'm going to do the live stream of 12 hours on the Red Line Motorsport, 12 hours of Suzuka, Dave Perel Coats sponsored. On Saturday, I think we start in around midday and we end at midnight, something like that. But follow my channel and you'll find all the informations. Also follow me. I'm about to destroy my computer. Also follow me on Facebook, whatever, and yeah, that's all. So thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed it and have a great night.